harming Andrew Wolnitz. Not over what he had done to me, but what he had done to them. Continues to do to them. So then those folks, when they say that they're not hiding anything, well, a lot of these folks, their excuses for not coming forward are shitty. I'll give you an example. Ted Bollinger's bullshit was allowed. It wasn't true, but it didn't matter. And he is a felon. A lot of these people who claimed they were going to help me wasted my time, and then after 6 months of making any empty promise, wanted to tell me, oh, well, I can't help because I'm a felon now. Ted Bollinger's a felon. Not sure if you knew this, but Alicia Bollinger got busted with multiple felonies when she was a minor, multiple felonies as an adult before her sister was killed, and then more felonies after her sister was killed in multiple states. I don't know if she's been convicted of any of them. Probably not, though, because she's young and pretty. Well, not anymore. Now she's close to 30. Wonder if she's still doing drugs. Probably, but I'm not going to ask her. Oh, we got one of my predators on here. Now, like I said, there's predators that get on here to troll me and harass me. And this guy calling himself John Smith is one of them. And that's the majority of the people that come to my channel. When I explain to people that I'm being harmed over the abuse, that includes the slander and libel. And they don't have the time to look at anything, but they'll look at something on their own. So I tell them about the A&E thing, or Sword and Scale, episodes 109 and 110. And then they go watch it, and then they treat me like shit, like all of the stuff that they heard must be true. No, it's not. It's fiction. They take just enough out to try to paint a picture so they don't get in trouble. Did the Bollinger family go advertising to everybody that they were harassing me and threatening me and intimidating me? Actually, yes, they did. They coordinated with others in Natalie Bollinger groups to do so. With a lot of other people. And of course, then I get to deal with people who think that their questions are more important than what I'm saying. They want to interrupt because there's a part that they're confused on. They're not going to help turn it in. They're just confused. Well, I don't care. If you're not going to help turn it in, I don't care how confused you are. If you are going to help turn it in, I'll give you my email address. You can send me a message and I will forward you evidence. I will send you video after video and link after link to people physically assaulting, to people threatening to kill my friends and family. I will send you screenshots of shit. I'll show you right now. Fuck it. Let me show you some of the stuff I got to go through. Now I'm going to show you not just the threats. I'm going to show them to you in the messages that I was told to send. See, the courts wanted to order me to, I've already got some of this stuff up. The courts wanted to order me to turn in this evidence that I claim that I have to Kylie, the TFCC investigator here in Tillamook. Oh, this is the Claire Jordan stuff. There's my car with my broken windows. That's apparently a delusion. The door that no longer closes is apparently a delusion. The rock the size of my fucking fist is apparently a delusion. The police tried to frame me for a murder I didn't commit. And that's super popular on these things for them to pretend all sorts of shit. But this is actually the stuff with Claire Jordan I was speaking about earlier. See, that's one of the things about actually having it to show. I mean, you can see I can scroll for about 2 or 3 minutes through this. And you can see that we did correspond a lot. Obviously, this is over years of time. So, I mean, this is never once in all this time, in all these texts, every single one of these, did she ever help me to turn it in. On multiple occasions when it was time to turn stuff in and she claimed that she was gonna, she treated me completely like shit. I'm sorry, I'm still scrolling up. I mean, This is a woman who promised me multiple times that she was going to help me to turn it in. And of course, we have to deal with people who want to be assholes. Anything that I say must be either a schizophrenic delusion or I'm this big super computer hacker who can do all sorts of shit that, yeah, no, I'm definitely not a computer hacker. I use my computer for watching videos and for playing video games before Natalie was killed. I watch videos on how to make stuff. Boats, jet engines, whatever. Now, it sucks because a lot of the people that I'm sent to for help, here's one of them. This guy actually drove his car into the Tillamook Airplane Museum.
I love you, Brother Sean. Be safe. Go with God. I love you. They don't pick on you anymore. Watch. They're not going to hate you anymore. Watch. We win. The guys won. I love you.
I know that guy in real life. Here's another one.
Seeing me for who I truly am, Sean. You're not a pawn in the game. You're a Sean of the Han. Of the enemy, no. You know the enemy, yes. Thank you for teaching me who they are. The Nazarene Church of Tillamook is evil. Philanius is trying to feloniously assault me with his word actions. He wants the town to burn down. He burned down the Multi Lighthouse. It's not a smokestack. I'll get it out.
These are the people that I was sent to for help by mandatory reporters. They told me to go to a guy named Brian for help. Brian is a meth addict. Brian was staying with this Ryan Woods feller. God, that was a screwed up situation. Well, what's the one that we were looking for? Oh yeah, we're gonna look at some threats against my life and my little sister's life. People wanting to say that they're gonna kill my friends and family if I don't pretend to be a pedophile. I mean, this phone is full of contacts and messages with people who were involved in the situation. Sorry, I guess I should hold it over here to scroll it. And it's hard to explain to people, hey, when you're sending me to these people who are batshit fucking crazy, and then telling me, oh, well, I sent you somewhere for help. Do you know what's going on in those places you sent me for help? Like, there's Nicole, God, it starts with a V. Nicole Veltri, maybe? No, Nicole Vertner. When she wanted to pawn me off onto Brian Wilgus for help. Brian Wilgus is the one who pawned me off on her for help to begin with. So I went to where Brian Wilgus said he was staying and he was going to help me. And yeah, my very first day there, I literally had just pulled up and this guy, Ryan Woods, comes out of the house and starts spreading 223 casings all over the road. And then he goes in and then he grabs a big old bottle of Dawn detergent and walks behind my car and starts squirting the Dawn detergent on the floor. And the cops drive by and they see this and they pull over, and pretty soon there's a bunch of cop cars there. Well, that was my first introduction to that household. Obviously, it wasn't a safe place to be sending me to. There's also the fact that Nicole Vertner is actually recorded on my YouTube channel, pawning me off onto Brian Wilgus. Now that was a shitty situation. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go for Kylie, who is the TFCC investigator. And Well, scroll all the way to the top. I'm going to show you some of these threats, and you can see them for yourself. Here's one. It says, hello again, Sean. I'm going to kill and rape your sister's kid and take a pic of my cock in its open-gutted rib cage. Since you're a pedo, it might turn you on, but you still be sad that I killed your sis. I don't want to read that anymore. I'm tired of having to show that over and over and over again. To show that it was not a delusion. I'm tired of having to dig through and spend hundreds of hours going through stuff to find the parts that people specifically want when I have to go through a bunch of traumatic shit to do that, and then they don't even look at it. That's not help. And then people want to have a good idea. They'll promise you that they'll help you. But then when they realize that you are in that desperate of a situation, they realize that they can assert some power and control. And for many of these people, that makes them feel good. Well, now that Sean is here and I promised him I'd help him how he needs, now I can force him
against the wall.
to do what I want. No, you can't. No, you can't. You think I'm going to be able to run a 100-yard dash if you beat me with a bullwhip? And no, I'm not accusing anybody of beating me with a bullwhip. I'm giving you an example of things that you may have an assumption, but your assumption doesn't fit my scenario. It doesn't fit my situation. When I'm telling you that I have disabilities, there's a reason for that. There are things I am not able to do for myself. Don't blow me off when I tell you that I have a disability. Now, in order to get this stuff taken seriously, this evidence that shows not only that the things these people wanted to pretend were schizophrenic delusions, that they're absolutely not schizophrenic delusions. And number two, that each and every one of these agencies was aware that these were not schizophrenic delusions before the fact.
Triumph awaits!
And that's where the conversations with these people comes in. The conversations with TFCC. The conversations before I went to jail for 15 months on trumped up charges after I got out. Now, when you have to do that stuff by yourself because your friends and family aren't actually friends or family, they're acquaintances. Like when your dad is only there when he's drunk and horny, when you leave, are you going to associate with him? Probably not. And actually, that's not even true. With the financial issues of today, there's the fact that many people are dependent on their predators financially. And some of them do it, for example, my mother did. So instead of my mom turning in my grandpa for raping her growing up, whenever she wanted money, she just threatened to turn him in again. She didn't have to get a sugar daddy. She had a real daddy who was a fucking rapist and made it easy for her. But that doesn't mean that I grew up rich. I didn't grow up with my mom. Where the hell are my cigarettes? Fuck it. I kind of like the situation with my dad where we sat in that room for 45 minutes and he was just a jackass the whole time. And then there was this thing called Forex.com. Here's how you can tell. These people, it's that they're not interested. They're bored. When it came to this Forex.com, my dad wanted to pretend that if I did this day trading thing, gambling, he wanted to claim that if I did this Forex.com thing, that it was going to improve all of my life and all this other stuff. And he wanted me to try this, and he wanted me to invest a bunch of hours in this, and he wanted me to download this to my computer. He didn't want to show me how to do any of this or tell me any of this. He wanted to bully me into doing it. First, he tells me to do something. Then he tells me to do it over and over and over again.
Aw.
He doesn't bother to take a look at the fact that literally it's already on my screen and I'm trying to download it to appease this dumb son of a bitch who thinks that his pet project with Forex.com is going to fix it. So then when it comes to the Forex.com, yeah, he'll talk nonstop about Forex.com, but he won't show me. So he's putting a bunch more stuff on my plate that I can't mentally handle. And I know I can't handle more of this shit, especially with my dad. I already know how controlling he is. He'll promise to help until he has something that he can hold. Like, for example, he could have kicked me out of his place and not allowed me to gather any of my evidence. That would have been even worse. But people decide what help you need.